everyone, it's Emily and welcome to my channel. Today I'm building a cute little house that's perfect for a grandma. I imagine that you would use this house. Maybe you could play in this house with like an elderly sim, but usually when my sims have children and their children get to be like young adults and start having their own family, I will move them into their own house and then I'll leave their parents in their like family house. But I thought that this would be really cute to have as like I could move my elder sim into this house once their kids were having kids, you know, and then they could come visit and they would have a nice cute house to visit, because I feel like I never go visit my sims friends or like other family because I always just plop them in some house. Sometimes it's not even furnished because I've moved other sims around and it's like taken their furniture with them, so like my sims are living in an unfurnished house type of thing, or like my sims family is living in an unfurnished house and I'm not going to go visit them at their unfurnished house. They're going to come over to my nicely furnished house. So I wanted to make this grandma's house that was nicely furnished so that I can go visit grandma and not feel like I'm visiting an empty house. So there's that. Yeah, I originally, when I was like starting this, I was like, oh, it's going to be kind of like grandma inspired, maybe like shabby chic. Also, I really wanted to use those windows, but I had like two ideas for the house that I wanted to build today, but I was kind of trying to combine them at first, which is why we still see that window there, but I end up getting rid of it completely and I just go with full grandma house idea. And I also just wanted this to be kind of like shabby chic. I don't know if it is or not because I didn't really look up what that is, but yeah, it's just a cute little granny house and I like it a lot. I definitely want to move one of my elder sims in here when I have one next in my game to come visit them, because I would love to come visit this house. It's very cute. She has a nice little laundry room. She's got a cute little bedroom set up. The bedroom is really, really cute. Like, honestly, I would totally play in this house if I weren't so focused on getting to the next generation with my sims, because the way that I play is like, I pretty much just focus on the young adults. Like, everyone else is there, and I focus on the kids a lot too. But once my sims have kids, like, they're completely irrelevant to me. I just want to play with their kids. So I think that this would be a good way to keep my families hanging out more. And I might do some other houses that are kind of like inspired by this idea of like, I'm building this house because my sim won't live in it, but I want their family members to. Like, and I really want to build a family house for like my sims like brother or sister or something, even though, I mean, it would just, to you, it would probably just look like a normal family house and that's what I would call it. But in my mind, it would be like, okay, I'm going to move like so-and-so's sibling into here so that I can go visit them and we can have like fun family times, because I know their house is fully stocked of fun things to do. And that's something that I wanted to do with this house. I really love the way that this is decorated. Like, I really don't mean to like toot my own horn type of thing, but I don't know. I feel like as I was going through the catalog, I just kept getting new ideas of things that I could do that would suit a little granny living by herself and who has like grandkids that she's proud of, and she has some toys for the kids to play with when they come over and that type of thing. So lots of activities for kids to do when they visit her, because I feel like a lot of times, especially in like houses that come with the game, if you go and visit them, like there's nothing really to do other than like watch TV. And she has a really small TV that I imagine she doesn't ever watch, but she just has it because when the grandkids come over, if they want to like watch a movie or something, it's there. But I feel like she wouldn't really use her TV very much. And I thought about giving her a little garden, but I ended up not having room. So we didn't do that. But we did some other fun stuff with the furnishing. I don't know, I feel like I'm talking in circles. But also that mint colored, what's it called, from Cats and Dogs, all the minty stuff. I did a build like a month or so ago. I think it was over a month ago now. I have no idea though. But I did a build where the whole point of the build was to like use that stuff, because I don't use it very often because, you know, it's really obnoxious and mint and it doesn't really fit into most builds. But I thought it went perfect with the idea of like a grandma who just wanted a fun, colorful house. And so she painted the trim and like beams and stuff mint because that's her favorite color and she doesn't care what anyone thinks. So yeah, that was my thoughts with that. And yeah, I think it just looks really cute with the house. I used a lot of wallpaper that I don't normally use in this house too, because I, you know, grandma's like wallpaper, right? I don't know, but I did get to use some wallpaper that usually in most houses I don't use wallpaper. Like I use the paint swatches or I'll use paneling or something, but I hardly ever go for wallpaper unless it's in a kid's room, and even then only certain wallpapers. But yeah, I kind of stay away from them. And there's one wallpaper that I'm pretty sure, I can almost guarantee you I have never used, but we'll see that as we go on. I said this in my last video that I recorded in my Devon Bumpkin townhouse furnishing thing. That's already on my channel if you want to check it out and you haven't yet. But I mentioned in that I'm really bad at talking, like if I talk about the build at all, I'm probably going to talk about it like not in the order that it's happening at all. And yeah, it's a problem. We're working on it. Actually, I'm not working on it. I really don't care to change it unless anyone is super annoyed by me talking about the build out of order, which I've never gotten that comment before. But if you are, let me know. Maybe I'll work on it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But yeah, I need to work on school stuff after I'm done with this. I have been working on builds all morning, and now it's like the afternoon, and I have class tomorrow, so I should probably get to reading. But I wanted to get this voiceover done so that I had 2 videos totally done before I started working on stuff. Something that I used to do is that I would sit and build for hours, and then I would go in and edit all the footage and kind of get all that together, and then I would go back in and take screenshots of all the builds, and then I would go and like voice over every build, basically. So like, I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but it's kind of like I would do all of one task at once, but for like multiple videos. So I would just do the builds for like 4 videos, and then I would just do the editing of the videos for like 4 videos, and then I would go in and do the voiceovers like 4 in a row. And I think that I've mentioned that in other voiceovers because by the last one that I do, I just end up rambling about like actual nonsense the entire time. I probably don't talk about build once, and yeah, it's even more nonsense because I don't have any like stories or anything to tell because, you know, I just use them all on my past builds. But today I decided to do a build, take all the screenshots, then do the voiceover, and then I took a break obviously because, you know, I built this and then I took all the screenshots. Now I'm doing the voiceover, so I think that it might go a little bit better because usually if I do 4 voiceovers in a row, I end up completely out of breath by the end of the 4th one, and it's just a disaster. And yeah, we're gonna avoid that this time. So I also imagined that this grandma would have a dog, and I was thinking she had like a big dog because I put 2 big pet beds in. Obviously she could have a small dog if you wanted to, but I just like the idea of like a grandma with her big dog and she's just like hanging out. I thought about putting a stuffed animal for the kids to play with, but then I was like, wait, if she has a big dog, then whenever they visit, they're gonna have this big dog to play with. And we get in a pet toy box, whatever it's called, in the backyard. I mentioned this in my last video too, but I don't know. I need to look at like what the game calls it in the catalog, but I don't know what to call the pet toy box other than a pet toy box because it's pet toys. It's a box of pet toys, but a toy box sounds like, I don't know, sounds like it's for humans. So I'm struggling with that description, but it's fine. I also did a different thing than I usually would have done with the kitchen. Ooh, I use the mint like throughout the house, but the kitchen's the most obnoxiously minty, and then we get some mint washer and dryers in towards the back of the house. But other than that, we don't have too much more mint overload in the house, I'm pretty sure. But oh, now we're like totally not even looking at the thing I was going to talk about, but you might have noticed that behind the stove I put like a paneling thing instead of tile, and that's because I realized that in my house, like, we don't have a backsplash behind the stove. We have like a metal panel thing that's like connected to the stove and like the hood that's over it. So I don't know, I'm trying it out. I'm trying new things. I'm mixing it up. But that's the small TV that I was talking about that I feel like the grandma would probably never use. But like I said, it's just there for the kids whenever they come over. And I put in, I think we have a little, did I delete the ottoman? Oh no, I moved it. But for now we have that chair and we just have like that little bench because I feel like Granny lives here by herself. She probably just sits in that chair most of the time, reading her books or whatever, doing her crossword puzzles, knitting her scarves, whatever she does in her free time. And yeah, like I said, I thought about putting in a garden, but then there just wasn't room. Can I speak? I don't know. I said that this would be better because I took a break since the last voiceover, but I don't think it's better. I don't know. I feel like I'm slightly more calm than I usually am, and I guess that's good, but I realized that the front porch was very empty, so I decided to put some plants in there, and then, I don't know, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted here, because whenever I put that big plant in front of the window, it made it so that it was like, it made the whole room darker. It was like light couldn't get in the window because that big plant was there, so that's why I put the smaller one, and yeah, I'm just still trying to figure out what to put there, but I think we just end up going with that small plant, and that's it. I think that, that's it. I don't put anything else next to it. And then we just get in a little mirror behind this table. And that's pretty much it for this room. I think I might do like a little bit more decorating. I thought about putting that in the corner, but it was too big. That clutter object really bothers me. I wish they were all separate. I'm sure that you've heard other people say that if you watch a lot of speed builds and have seen people build with the laundry pack, that cluster of like 3 objects, I'm pretty sure everyone that I've seen place it complains about how they wish that it were multiple objects, but it's fine. It's nice because you don't have to cluster them together yourself like other plants. When I'll like pull individual ones out and cluster them together, don't have to do that with that one. They're just all together. So I guess it's faster looking at the bright side. And ooh, I love her bedroom. It's really cute. I really wasn't expecting to like it this much, but I did. And I think it's because I threw in a lot of patterns and I feel like I could get away with it, because in most rooms, like if it's a family house or something, I usually want the master bedroom to be kind of like clean, because I feel like the parents would probably have like a neat bedroom. And if it's cluttered, it's like because of my character that I have in my head. And since this character that I had in my head was a cute little grandma, she just has patterns all over the place. She doesn't care. She doesn't care what anyone thinks about her mismatched patterns. So yeah, there's that. And I also used that chevron paneling thing from, I think it was from like the bowling stuff. I like using that on accent walls when I don't like, especially because I didn't want the whole room to be that wallpaper. I wanted it in half of the room, but not all of the room. And I didn't want just a regular paint. I wanted some kind of like paneling thing, so I usually just go with the chevron one because I think it looks nice. And I also gave her a bowling trophy, like a bronze one. I don't know why. I don't know if she is like in a bowling league or something, but I thought that it looked cute on her desk. Maybe one of her grandkids is in a bowling league, and that's like, maybe they're really good at bowling, but that was like their first trophy and they gave it to their grandpa because they didn't want it anymore because it was a 3rd place one. I don't know. But you decide why she has that bowling trophy. Let me know in the comments why she has that bowling trophy. Come up with a backstory, that would be fun. But anyway, I got to use some paintings I don't normally use in there too, just because I felt like they were grandma-y. And I ended up putting some more paintings around the house off camera because I realized that I had some empty wall space that I wanted to fill. And yeah, I like using this big table and kind of pushing it into a corner and only having like 4 or 5 chairs on it. I think that that's kind of fun. And I also used the extra space on that table to decorate it with some kids clutter items, like they sit at that table and do homework maybe, or like work on arts and crafts and that type of thing. I think we get to that in a second. But I also, I'm living for this light. And the friggin' single bulb light is fantastic. I'm gonna use it all the time. Sorry, not sorry. It's great. And so many of the kids' clutter items I thought were so cute for the idea that this was like grandma's, because when you go to grandma's, grandma has like, you have your grandma's house toys and then you have like your house toys. And I just think that's really cute. I love that idea that it's kind of like different toys at your house. Like you can obviously bring your own toys to grandma's house, but like grandma's got toys for you. Grandma's got you. These are your grandma house toys. I don't know. But I thought that it was cute to have the little action figure and the stuffed animal and stuff kind of on that table. And the lunchbox I thought was really cute. Like maybe they go to grandma's after school every day while they wait for mom and dad to get home. I don't know, before mom and dad come pick them up on their way home from work. I thought it was really cute. This whole house is just like super cute to me. I wasn't planning on building this at all. Like in my plans for today, I was going to build either a shabby chic house that was not grandma's house, but just like shabby chic fun. Or I was going to build a house for a couple that was kind of modern and I was going to give them like a little mini home gym type of thing. But yeah, we ended up building grandma's house and I had a lot of fun. It was very, I was going to say cute for like the millionth time. No, I also put a little cookie jar because, you know, grandma's got the hookup with the cookies. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe for more builds every Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. Yay. Thanks for watching. Bye.